Hi to all the first, second, third class kids in Lismullen and St Stephen's. It's a long time since Christmas, but I hope you've had a great Christmas. Haven't seen you since. So since we're not going to see each other for another little while, I'm going to start doing some classes for us to do virtually together. So I'm going to send them out to you each week. They're going to have a warm-up in them, they're going to have a little bit of a movement skill in them, and they're also going to have a sports specific skill in them. So let's get cracking. I'm filming this outside so that we have plenty of room to show you what to do, but if you can't get outside, if you don't have a big outside space to get to and you're doing it inside, that's perfectly fine. I've got a little area marked out here, as you can see, just to remind myself of those of you that might be doing the activities inside. We're going to do our warm up inside that square and some of the activities. If you can, get outside. Not all the activities can be done in a small area, but I will, where I can, give you some ideas of how you can do them inside of a small area. So you don't have to map this area out, that's just to keep me right. Our warm-up done. Well done. We've got all our aspects into our warm-up. First movement skill we're going to do in our online sessions is the rock and the roll. Okay, so this activity is really to work on strengthening your belly and your back, and that's the only part of the body that you're allowed to use. So you can't use your hands, can't use your arms, can't use your legs or feet. So what you're going to do is lay down across whatever area that you have. You're going to start on your belly and you're going to try and roll over onto your back without using your arms or legs, and then you're going to roll back over again. Let's see. So hopefully, as you can see from the video there, my shoulders, my arms, my hands, my legs and my feet and my head were off the ground the entire time. So you're not allowed to use any part of that to push yourself and turn over, okay? You have to pull yourself in real strong and try and turn your body over. You're flipping like a fish, which is fish have no arms or legs. So you're trying to do the same thing, try and flip yourself over without using any arms or any legs. So see how you get on with that. If you only have a little space like this, see how many you can do going back and forward in a minute. Alright, making sure that you're only getting your belly and your back on the ground. If you have a little bit more space than that, so if you have a hallway or that you can lie down and do it, see how long it takes you to get to the far end of the hall. And best thing to do, challenge your mum, dad, brothers, sisters, anybody else that you have in the household to a race. See who can get across the area quicker or do more in a minute. Alright. So this week we're going to work a little bit on our handling and our catching. So I may have played this week game with some of you before in school. It's how many claps. So all we're trying to do is throw the ball as high as we can in the air. We're going to count how many claps we can get before catching the ball above our head. So if you wait to catch the ball in here, it won't count, okay? So you have to throw it up and catch it up here above your head. So remember, when we're catching, we always use our W for Walterstown. So make sure you're clapping and you get straight into your W above your head to catch the ball. And remember, the most important thing is keep your eye on the ball the whole time. So let's see how many claps you can get. What's the max you can get in one go? Guys, so that's how we do it. As you've seen with myself, if the ball moves, make sure that you're moving your feet to get in under it and catching it with that W, keeping your eyes on it the whole time. Next thing we're going to try is a little bit harder. So we're going to try the head, shoulders, knees, toes. So in this one, you're going to throw the ball up, you're going to try and touch your head, shoulders, knees, toes, and catch the ball. So if you catch the ball in the chest this time, that's okay, still a good effort, but let's see if anybody can catch it above their head after touching head, shoulders, knees, toes. Let's see how we get on. So guys, most important one with that is to keep your eyes on the ball, okay? I think we all know where our toes are, so you don't need to look down at your toes to touch them. So make sure your eyes is up and on the ball, and you can reach down and touch your toes. If you don't, and if you look down at your toes, the ball just might hit you in the head. So keep your eyes up and your hands in the W. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. Last one we're going to do is sit, stand, catch, alright? So this one we're going to have to get even more agile. You're going to start in a sitting position, you're going to throw the ball as high as you can in the air, and you're going to have to stand up and catch the ball before it hits the ground. Let's see how you get on. So remember to challenge your brothers and sisters, your mum, dad, anybody that's in the house to see if they can do it. But also I want to see if you can come up with any new ones for me, okay? So can you lie down, throw it up and catch it? Can you throw it between your legs and catch it? See what you can come up with. I want to see your videos back to us. The last thing we're going to do today, guys, is a little bit of a fun challenge. A little bit of a silly challenge, but also it is still working on some skills that we need for the game. So for this one, you're going to need 2 balls. We're going to do something called the 2-ball conquest. We normally do this with the toe tap or the solo. This time we're going to do it bouncing because we're working a little bit on handling today. So first one you're going to do, you're going to try and bounce the 2 footballs at the same time. So you're going to try and bounce them at the same time like that. The second one you're going to do a wee bit harder. You're going to be bouncing them alternately. So you might start with your right hand bounce and left hand, but you cannot catch in between. So let's see how we get on with the challenge. As you can see, guys, second one is a good bit harder. You have to try and keep your eye on both the moving footballs, on both your hands moving at different times. So see how you get on, challenge everybody in your household and get your videos back into us to see how you get on. That's us for this week, guys. Listen, get out each day you can into the fresh air if you can, and try all those little activities. If you can't, obviously they can be done a little bit inside as well. Just mind throwing the ball when you're inside and the sort of moving about. But if you can, it's best to get outside and try those as much as you can every day, and I'll see you again next week.